John Kerry was received here in India with great hope and with great hoopla. You see, the United States is India's second largest trading partner. So when John Kerry comes here and he says he's going to grow trade between the two countries from $100 billion a year to 5 times that amount, or at least he wants them to do that, that gets a lot of people very, very interested. Now, the big question is, how is that going to happen? The United States government on its own doesn't have vast pools of money that it can pump into the Indian economy. So it would have to come from private investors, from private trade. And for that to happen, the Indian economy would have to improve. India would have to cut the red tape, become a better place to start a business, and become a better place to do business. That is the new Indian government's biggest challenge moving forward. Now, coming back to the talks between Kerry and his counterpart Sushma Swaraj here and other Indian leaders, one sticking point has been the ongoing World Trade Organization talks. Economists all over the world say that more free trade would be good for the global economy. But India has played spoiler here, because India says it wants to subsidize grains in India to feed India's many, many millions of poor people, and to do that it needs to stockpile grains. That's a sticking point. But overall, Alison, relations between the two countries look to be on an up, at least rhetorically. Both sides have said they want to hit the reset button. The question is, let's see what happens next.
Ravi, I know you mentioned private trade, and I was struck by the news this week of Flipkart. That's the Indian e-commerce site, raising $1 billion in fresh funding. That's a lot of money. So is this sort of the idea of that entrepreneurship that you're talking about?
Yeah, absolutely, Alison, and that's just the start of it. Right after the Flipkart deal was announced, Amazon said it was going to pump $2 billion into its India operations. That's a lot of money. It's big for India. It's good for business here. Now, why does everyone want to come to India, and why specifically online retail? I want to show you a chart. It's from Forrester Research, and it shows that the online retail business is just going to boom in India. Take a look at these numbers. In 2012, online retail spending in India was worth $1 billion. It's going to jump to $5 billion by 2015 and to an incredible $16 billion by 2018. So there's a lot of growth there. Why is that happening? Well, it's because the average age in India is 28. There are millions and millions of young Indians, newly rich, who are buying smartphones, they're getting on the internet, and they're shopping online. So people all over the world, investors all over the world, see that as a market to tap into. I'm going to leave you with one last stat, Alison. The smartphone market in India, currently there are 120 million smartphone users in India. That's expected to jump to 300 million by 2020. So obviously the United States and many, many other countries, they want in.